Hello, friends. Hail Tales here. So, we're jumping into the final match of the Challenger League, going up against Ugly Penguin. Now, Ugly Penguin shouldn't be an issue. Nothing should be too big of an issue. We're kind of breezing through things right now. We are going to look for maybe doing a tower pushing thing with Bart, potentially, depending on who they ban here. They're banning Mata, so they don't want too aggressive of a jungler or a mid laner. Anything that we find super duper annoying here, Kamatachi's probably the only one. Kamatachi, Peter, Acadia, Diggo, those are all things that I would ban. We're probably going to get rid of Peter out of everybody, just because I don't feel like dealing with him. Tiger Boy as their first pick is fine. We can go Beverly to help with the Tiger Boy, because in fights, after each action, dispel one random debuff from the target, so that helps get stuns out of the way, things like that. What do we want to try out? I do want to play Deep Space just to get my energy on Deep Space going. I also want to play Reinhardt. We might just pick these two because those are the two characters we're thinking about playing to get XP going before we get into the next league and build around them. So Tiger Boy Elmi is a very aggressive, very strong bot lane. So with Deep Space, I'm going to want somebody who's going to be able to keep him alive and handle the pressure. So that could be Deadfire, that could be Beverly. Could be Fatty White, depending on what else they pick. Wukong in the top lane versus Reinhardt's not going to be anything too crazy. Their mid lane jungle here could definitely be Kamatachi. It could be Kaka. So I want something that can keep up with that speed in the jungle. And I think Aurelio might actually be a better option here. So we're going to go Aurelio, most likely. And then in the bot lane, using Aurelio, we don't have a lot of push or anything like that. So we could use Aurelio in the jungle, and bring in Crank in the bot lane and start using Crank to help buff up both Deep Space and Aurelio, because both Deep Space and Aurelio like long fights, and so does Crank. So I think we're going to do that. Get XP in the bot lane with Crank. We're not going to worry too big about the Tiger Boy Elmi lane. Deep Space Crank should be fine, and even if they lose, we'll win through other things. Ooh. AoE in the mid lane, Entity. Decent field hit with Elmi, but not a lot of field hit elsewise. I could play a Mihawk game here. I think that's actually what we're going to do. We're going to play Mihawk here. They're not super tanky, but with Wukong Kaka, we can still get some value out of that. Anity also has a decent amount of health, so I think this is fine. Once again, we don't have anything to do because there's no items. I keep clicking on it thinking I'm changing items. Gotta remember there's not. Now, diving into this here, things we gotta watch out for. Mid lane could get bullied. Bot lane could get bullied. Top lane should be completely even. Their jungler can get very annoying if we let him start farming up. So we are looking to take an early tower, but what early tower is going to be dependent on whose lane is winning. So our mid lane's looking like they're getting pushed in pretty heavily, which is making me wish I used a Beverly, but I didn't. Fast jungle clear to get him over one square. They're jumping on the mid lane now with Descent. That's going to give us an opportunity to do some damage on the top lane tower, because we're definitely going to get... This guy's definitely dying here, and we're... Ooh, one miss might be enough to save the day. One more miss? Nope. So we're definitely losing our mid lane tower first this game. We're not playing Beverly. If we were playing Beverly, we would have an ability to defend our mid lane, but that is not the case here. We don't have any way of killing anything either. So we could look to missile the bot lane, try to push Tiger Boy out in a couple rounds. So we are going to missile him. And then I think we'll probably just end there. Go 2 rounds, see what we pull with our cards, and initiate on the top lane. And Protagonist. Protagonist is nice to have, but it's not going to get me to where I want to be. It's not going to get me to where I want to be. I could attack the mid laner here with an Initiate. Just to, Ooh, no, I'm not going to be able to get in range if I prepare for action. Yeah, I think we can go ahead and try to kill the mid laner here. Hit her with a missile. And then we'll initiate while fully buffed up. Another option I could have done was defend the mid lane and send one of our... Ooh, a big miss the first one. Nice crit. Nice crit. We wouldn't have been able to kill no matter what, even if we didn't miss that first hit, but it does push them out of base, which saves our turret. Another option we could have done instead of using our missile would be defend mid lane and picking one of the characters, bringing them in with us, and that would have guaranteed us a kill. But we don't want to lose pressure in the bot lane and have our tower take extra damage, and we didn't want to take our top laner away from doing damage to their tower. So instead, we just focused on pushing their mid laner out and saving our tower. Because we still have our pressure in the top lane, and bot lane still brawling, so our health in the bot lane, tower-wise, is still secure. But we could have guaranteed a kill if we did that. But we're taking map pressure over guaranteeing a kill. And as you can see, mid lane is already getting pushed in again. Bot lane's getting jumped on here. Do they get a double kill out of this is the real question. Ooh. Okay, they don't get a double kill out of this just because Elmi didn't double shot Crank the second time, which is massive. If Elmi got the double shot off on Crank the second time there, they would have died, but luckily we had someone smiling on us there. All right, so we're going to Inferno March here to get all of the jungle farm here, as well as hitting these two guys, which is going to give us a good amount of energy back. And then based on the damage that we do there, we could use Missile, Precision Airstrike, and Radiant Lance to hopefully kill one of these guys. And the one that would be focusing is Entity, most likely. So if we Radiant, Missile, Precision Airstrike, I don't think that's going to kill, but it does get them relatively low. It can also drain Soul. Does that do more damage? Because it will restore, but I don't know if that does more damage. I could also Volley, but I'm not looking to Volley because it doesn't do much. I can't Cavalry Charge because the turret is going to be a little scary to deal with. I could, depending on how this missile goes, though. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, the damage is pretty nice. To the point I think I am going to charge him. I think I am going to charge him, and we're going to fight through this turret. Now, this could be a bad idea. The turret damage stacking could get out of hand, or we could not even get a kill, but that's fine. We're going to Radiant Lance next turn anyways, so we could definitely guarantee at least one of these kills. Perfect. We got the 2 kills. That was definitely worth it. We still have 2 energy. I could use some of my energy, or I could save it. I don't need to use any of my energy anywhere. So we're going to go ahead and turn. I want to keep the cards that I have. So we're not going to perfect tempo. We might want to have perfect tempoed because the only thing I'm keeping is Drain Soul. Yes, we're fighting this. They'll probably decline, so we'll get that treasure. We're going to lose bot lane tower first, which really sucks, but we didn't have a lot of chances to help out our bot lane so far. I think we're going to end up focusing here on mid lane again. If I initiate, should I Spectral Weapon first and then initiate? That's probably the smartest idea. Yeah, Spectral Weapon, initiate, see how that goes. Alright, so we'll Spectral Weapon Aurelio. We're gonna Surprise Assault just because initiate's farther in our hands, so it'll keep. Okay. Now, once again, we're just looking to do enough damage to send them back. Ooh, no crits so far, 1 miss each. Oh, 2 misses from Mihawk? Come on, buddy. What are we doing? Pushes them out of lane, though. So that is exactly what we were aiming for, which gives Mihawk time to stand under their turret, kill their turret. So we're going to take the mid lane tower before they take our tower. Very important. So even though we didn't get a kill, still worth it. They might be able to kill in the bot lane. They are going to kill in the bot lane, aren't they? Ooh. Just barely surviving in the bot lane, and they don't have another thing to use to kill. That is fantastic. Deep Space stays alive. Mihawk takes down the mid lane tower. Next, we're going to focus on Wukong. On Reinhardt taking the tower away from Wukong. I don't think we win this fight. Mihawk's pretty low, and she has 6 stacks of charisma. Do I take it, though? Do I try it? I don't really need the Herald. I'm going to say no here. And I'm going to keep my pressure going in the top lane. Because if I do take that fight and Reinhardt has to go back, that sucks. I don't even remember if Reinhardt was in that fight. Ooh, they teleport for support. That's perfect. That leaves their top lane open. So they teleport for support to get a 3v1 to guarantee a kill in the mid lane, which gives up their top lane tower, even though they didn't need the 3v1. They could have done it with the 2v1. So we're trading towers here for a kill. Oh, he comes right back. Interesting. They outplayed me there. I don't have a push either. And he is not too scary damage-wise. I got excited. I got excited that I thought we were taking the top tower for a second there. Let's see here. I could precision airstrike. I can initiate on the bot lane if I wanted to. I don't have a way to get my jungler close enough to do anything, though. I think we'll poke. Just to be annoying. We didn't even get the poke off. I can missile, precision, Elmi here. Yeah, we'll missile. We'll precision. We'll end turn there, keeping the 3 energy. I could radiant, but there's nothing to heal. So we'll end there, keep the 3 energy. We'll be able to go before dragon, but we'll also be able to prep if we want to go right before dragon, or if we only want to use like 3 energy and then go one more time. Alright, if we can keep them from killing our jungle, from killing our mid lane until we kill them, that would be really nice. Protagonist here, just to get the buff going. I don't have cavalry charge for anything useful. I could start missiling people if I wanted to. We can also flame assault the mid lane, but that's not worth it because we only have 3 participants, so we'll just initiate. So we can missile initiate. Missile. Initiate. Kill their mid laner. Make them use their stacks before the dragon fight. Nice. Alright, so we got that down. I'm going to perfect tempo because there's nothing in my hand that I like in the situation that I'm in, so I'm not going to try to save anything. Getting damage down in the bot lane turret, which is nice. We still have that mid lane turret secured. We're going to take down that top lane turret now, so our jungler is going to have a map advantage over them. It's very obnoxious that they have our bot lane tower right now, but that's okay. We should be able to take theirs any second now. Dead Space is screwed here, but I like that. I like that they're using the descent. They're sending Wukong out of lane again to go guarantee a kill in the bot lane that they probably could have guaranteed without having to use the descent, but that was probably their only initiation tool, so I think that is absolutely worth the trade. Dragon team fight here. Thank you. They had too many people back in their Nexus, so they weren't able to participate in that fight. Inferno March here is very nice. Inferno March here is great. Everything's so expensive. Oh, no. I really wanted to use Inferno March, and I lost it. I lost it. So I think we just attack the bot lane here. It'll bring Mihawk into it. I'm pretty sure we're guaranteed a kill. So let's surprise attack and fight it out. So with Mihawk's card, as long as it's in his hand, it makes initiations cost more, but it guarantees that he will be a part of the fight, which is a pretty decent trade-off for the most part. He's got good damage, though he's missing a lot of things right now. Crank, I think, missed 3 attacks right there. And the really important part of that is it doesn't have him move or anything like that. So we're able to have him participate in that bot lane fight and still have that pressure in the mid lane because he is going to be pushed in potentially and lose a tower. So we're hoping that he wins the harass rate, which he is. Now we're back over here. They can't do too much from where they are. Stunning teaser to get them. Now they have the AoE stacked up on their mid laner, so we have to watch out for that. Do they have the descent? They have the descent to start a 3v2 in the bot lane. I do not think Deep Space dies here. I think Crank dies here. But I don't think Deep Space dies. Deep Space might die. Deep Space is dead. Elmi's damage popping off. Damn. I was hoping for somebody to miss there. Nobody missed. The bot lane getting double killed right there is really annoying because we were about to take that tower. But that's okay. If we push into this mid lane tower and hopefully take it, we can get end the game card up. Yep, so now we have end the game available to us next round. We also are going to have 2 towers killed next round, which is fantastic for us. Let's see here. Could steal that. Give us some health just in case something weird happens. Protagonist just to have the buff going. Radiant Lance on this girl potentially just to heal more. I don't know why I said potentially. Could also Reckless Assault, but I don't think that guarantees a kill. But I have Poke. I might be able to get a kill here. Nope. Nope. Not enough damage. Not enough damage. Alrighty, so the smart play right there was not to use all of our energy for something we knew wasn't going to kill, but I was interested to see how much damage that was going to do. With both towers down, obviously that's a good increase in gold and map pressure, but more importantly, as soon as you get one of the inner towers down, you get close out the game, so we have that option to pull something funky. Presence to the max to push Aurelio back. Are they able to start a weird fight in the bot lane because of that? Nope, Bludgeon Bash on our deep space. Wild Hunt. Again, setting up that 3v2 in the bot lane. That was a good play by them, sending Aurelio out of range for that. Though, I think we got lucky right there. Lots of misses coming out. Secures no kills. Perfect for us. RNG was definitely on our side right there, which is definitely good for us. Now, what happens right here is it's actually going to send our bot lane back. Their bot lane's not going to go back, so their bot lane's going to be at this health, and so is their mid and jungle. And they sent our bot lane back to get full HP, so now we can go ahead and close out the game. Before I do that, I'm going to Inferno March right here, because it's going to guarantee, A, more damage on them, gives me a couple more gold before this last team fight. Also gives us 2 extra energy to use on somebody, if we wanted to. Now, I'd probably use Missile. I could, ooh. I don't know what does more damage between Missile and Precision Airstrike, but Precision Airstrike can miss, Missile can't, so we're using Missile. Nice. Alright, let's close out the game there. Should have no problem winning this. Their mid laner only has 3 stacks of Charisma, so their AoE damage is going to be very weak. We have our Cranks in the back lane. Cranking damage. Deep Space dishing out some great damage. Mihawk also dishing out some great damage. A lot of damage coming out onto Reinhardt. Very scary here. Very scary with our Reinhardt going down so severely. I didn't think we were going to lose anybody, but we might. Their Elmi has been free firing this entire time. She's going to be the last one standing, maybe. Ooh, big damage there. Ooh, Elmi's finally able to take down Reinhardt. Last one standing, Elmi. The RNG of targeting right there was crazy. You could see Elmi's damage is off the charts. Wukong also did some great damage there. But that was our last match here in the Challenger Series. We just got promoted, so we can finally start in the next video with 5 bans. Hopefully these last 5 matches showed you guys a little bit of what team comp and play styles that I enjoy. I put a very heavy emphasis on turrets and controlling the map that way. And this match here was a great example of it. Even though we lost our bot lane tower, we were able to focus, keep our mid lane tower alive, and secure both mid and top somewhat early, which gave our jungler an opportunity to not fall behind. If we lost that bot lane early, as well as that mid lane tower early, things would have gone very poorly. So that's why we focused heavily on keeping their mid lane out of lane so that they didn't do any damage to them. All right, and then with Aurelio coming in as the MVP, 3-0 and 6, 19.4% damage damage, and then kill participation at 100. Nick Nack was popping off on Aurelio. I like Aurelio a lot in the jungle, but don't be afraid to put Aurelio in the mid lane and play very similarly with the way that you're using your energy and your initiations, because that works out tremendously as well. But that was our last match up against Ugly Penguin. They did do better in kills compared to some of the other matches that we just had. 9 kills to 7, and you can see the damage. Elmi is always going to be a powerhouse in damage, even if she doesn't have buffs around her or a team built to really keep her going. And if the RNG goes in their favor like it did in that last fight, and she stays alive until the very, very end, she can do some crazy stuff. But we had a stronger team. We made sure to play around our map control and just make sure that we also had good fights. We don't like taking fights just because we're right next to people. If they're at full HP and we fight and they don't end up dying or being sent back, we just wasted 6 to 8 energy doing nothing. So we want to be smart with our energy usage. We want to be good with our pokes, and we want to take fights that we know we can win. We also gave up on a couple dragons because we know we couldn't win them. There's no reason to fight a fight we know we can't win. So now, starting next video, things should be a lot more exciting pregame because we're going to have items. So we're really excited to see what items we have. I might do a separate video talking about the item pool that we have first, just to show you guys what I think about the items and what I think can play into our team comp. Because if you don't know, every time you load into the next patch, into League 2 for the first time, you're going to have a different item set. So sometimes you have an item set that's going to play heavily in favor of a tanky style, or you might have good for certain AP characters or AoE characters who are able to abuse on hit effects and things like that. So we'll go into that. We'll break down all the items and see how that goes. But for right now, I gotta go train up our heroes and get them ready for League 2, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!